Good morning, everyone. As we are discussing chapter number 5, Children and Women in Sports. In the continuation of this chapter, today we are going to talk about the common postural deformities. The area of discussion is postural deformities means postural deformities most often are a result of problems with either the spine or the limbs. Means the postural deformities are related with the deformed spine or the limbs. This area of the body is prone to a lot of stress during erect posture, carrying weights on the head and weak muscles around the spine and abdomen. Some of these can also be birth defects or because of disease in infancy. Depending on the curve, the spine deforms into three main categories of deformities. That is scoliosis, lordosis, and kyphosis. So the first of all, I would like to discuss scoliosis. As you can see in this picture or slide, the normal spine is structurally balanced for the optimal flexibility and support of the body weight. Means the whole body weight is equally divided in all dimensions. But if we talk about the scoliosis, you will see that the posture or the spine is a bit twisted right or left. A side to side curve in the spine is called scoliosis. Most people respond well to a series of supervised exercise to correct the curve by the strengthening the muscles around the spine. So why it happens? Due to the weak muscles, we can see that spine is a bit side to side curved. So this is one of the most common postural deformities related with the spine. Scoliosis is much tougher to treat with corrective exercise. Here you can see the three photographs in this slide. So to correct this scoliosis, we should hang from a horizontal bar as long as possible and then repeat it. And while hanging, the person or the victim must bend his body or the backbone in the opposite direction of the scoliosis. The second corrective measures the victim can take: lay on the rolled towel, one under your neck and the other under the lower back. This is called spinal molding. Third one exercise is a static chest stretch. Stand and stretch arms out to your sides with the palms of your hands facing outward. So here we can get the example of these three exercises which can help us to correct scoliosis. The next postural deformity related with the spinal curvature is lordosis. Here in this slide we can see that body or the spine is not twisted right or left, but it is twisted back in upper part and front elevated in the lower part. So why it happens? Due to the weak muscles. Generally it happens. An abnormal curvature of spine at front is called lordosis. Here the hips tend to stand out and the front of the pelvis tilts forward. Gait is peculiarly stiff and standing. Lack of physical activities and having a problem related with the abdomen contribute as well as in this type of spinal curvature. In the early childhood, this is fully correctable. Bad postures in early childhood is a main cause of lordosis. Bone weakening diseases like osteoporosis is also one of the major cause of lordosis. If the abdominal muscles are very weak, the person may also be affected with this spinal curvature. Obesity and lack of muscle tone also brings the victim in this kind of problem. Abdominal muscles play an important role in maintaining our posture. So, to correct lordosis, we should go through these 5 exercises. This helps in strengthening the spine and reduce the inward curve. Lay down on the floor facing the ceiling and put up your feet on the floor like this. Tilt your pelvic back by pushing your lower back into the floor. Also, we can tilt our body right and left. Here you can see, lay down on the floor and raise your head a bit up. Again repeat this exercise from the lower part. Put up your buttock up One by one, you can have balance on your right and left leg. So these were the corrective measures of lordosis. Our third postural deformities is kyphosis. Here in this, instead of the backbone or spine getting straight, you will see that it is making a curve in the upper part. This is the most obvious, visible, and commonest spine deformity called humpback. This can be a crippling deformity and can lead to a host of illness. This is because it often compromises the respiratory system. It causes included spine inflections, bone diseases such as rickets and osteomalacia. Besides lack of muscles accompanied by the lifting or heavy weight, and injuries causing spinal collapse can also lead to kyphosis. Prevention of this deformity is very much possible if the parents and teachers pay attention to the posture of growing children. It is always suggested to the teacher, especially physical education teacher, that he must always supervise the child posture while playing or moving. To correct the kyphosis, we can lay down on the ground floor. We can put up a roll towel in our bag and we can roll it front and back. This could give a very good result to correct kyphosis. The second most important asana is cobra pose or bhujangasana can give also a very good result to correct kyphosis. Adho Mukha Savanasana is also a very good impact on this kind of postural deformities. So here we could see three spinal curvature, scoliosis, lordosis and kyphosis. The next postural deformity which I would like to discuss with you, that is flat foot. This is when the normal curvature of the feet is missing and the feet fall flat fully on the ground. This is the impression of the victim suffering from the flat foot. Our feet support the whole weight bearing process while standing, running, or jumping. When the arc is lost, this is the arc, and if this arc is lost, weight distribution becomes altered and causes premature tearing of feet. This is in turn leads to strain on knees, hip and spine. To find out if one has flat foot, just weight the feet and take an impression or imprint on the dry floor. one can see if the arc is exists or not. If it is exist like this, then no flat foot is there. But if the impression or the imprint of the foot is like this, definitely that person is suffering from flat foot. To correct the flat foot, two or three most important particular exercise must be performed. Roll on the towel and put your foot on it and try to roll it. Also, we can get this kind of pot or apparatus and we should be standing on it. Also, we can put the ball and try to press it so many times and pushing the wall through the front part of the leg would also help to correct flat foot. The third one, the limb deformity is knock knees. Knock knees means if the person's knees are bent inside like this, internally and externally, you can see one leg is straight but another leg is a big band and it is just knocking another knees. This is the picture taken from the back side. So here what we are seeing that in knock knees, the knees knocks to each other. Some knock knees may be a sign of an underlying bone disease such as osteomalacia or rickets. Obesity can contribute to knock knees. The condition can occasionally result from an injury to the growing end of the leg bones. Asking very young children to walk and run also leads to altered knee shape and knock knees. So, my dear students, if the body weight is too much, if the child is being insisted to run or walk in a very early age, it can bring to the knock knees. Here, to correct knock knees, we should perform these all exercises. We should lay down from the right and we should try to lift it up like this. We should be in the position and we should one by one up and down the leg. Through the impact of these all exercises, we can remove the knock knees. The next one is bow legs. Bow legs is nothing but it is the almost opposite of the knock knees. Here you can see that in knock knees the leg was bent inside but it is bent outside, and due to that it happens that the knee will have much gap in comparison of the normal legs. This deformity is also visible from afar when the person walks or runs. It can be seen in certain diseases like Blount's, Paget's, but is the commonest in deficiency diseases such as rickets. The leg may be termed as bow leg. To rectify the bow leg, we should be sitting in this posture and we should press our both legs. Also, this asana is very beneficial to correct the bow leg. This is Ardh Chakrasana, and also the child or victim must perform Ardhmachendrasana. Gadudasana would also be beneficial in this exercise, in these diseases. The last one is round shoulders. In round shoulders, you will see that the person is having a bit hump. The abdomen is getting out from the center of gravity line, and his neck would a bit ahead. But in comparison of the correct posture, this is the round shoulder and this is the correct posture. So in this you can see that no humps are here. If here humps are there but no humps are here. Here the stomach is a bit up but here it is in the same line. To correct the round shoulder, the bench press is the most vital and effective exercise according to the body weight or the efficiency or the ability of the hand. The person must go for the bench press and he may be getting this benefit that his shoulder will get back and the muscles of the shoulder will be strengthened and it will give a smart and straight posture to that victim. So my dear students, up to this point we could understand that how the spinal and the limb curvatures may lead to the different kind of postural deformities. These all deformities are explained well in Google. If the books are not available, you can Google it and get the more information from the internet. My dear students, related question would be there. In the term 1, what do you mean by spinal curvature? What do you understand by scoliosis, lordosis, kyphosis? Explain knock knees. What do you understand by the flat foot? What are the remedial measures which you will take to rectify any of these all spinal curvature or the limbs problems? So here I am going to conclude my lecture on this topic and very soon we will meet again through the YouTube channel and finally we will complete this syllabus up to the Terminal 1 examination. If you are having any problem related with this chapter or the topic, you feel free to call me. My contact number is given in the WhatsApp group. So I hope you would be beneficial of this from this lecture. I'm concluding it. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.